Basic is best, and also too, I feel like that's one thing I've learned is that there's no wrong way to do anything.
Yeah,
we can't do any of this fucking wrong.
I mean, we're doing it perfectly right now.
Yeah, we can't do any. I made it over here through all of the traffic. And
I know. I was like, I was just thinking about, it's like, man, Fulls will only come over to 6. Like, I guess theoretically that's towards the end of rush hour, but I don't even know in Dallas.
No, that's why I was like 6. I was like 6 is in Dallas definitely.
6 is definitely the heat of it, but it can go from 6 to 7 depending.
That's why I was like, dude, I want to still aim to get here around 7 because I knew it would take me a minute to help you with like get the doghouse. You'd have the baby, all that. So
the baby,
cute, what a pretty little baby.
Yeah, that's so sweet. No,
but no. This will be fun. We'll just we're living in it now. Yeah, so we'll share our deepest feelings and we'll cry. By the end of this, we'll just be crying. I'm gonna spill all of my life and all of my emotions right here.
I'm not gonna lie, I did cry earlier pretty intensely.
Did you?
Yeah, but I'm pretty good at multiple cries a day. But
you know what's funny is that it's like I've kind of, not gonna lie, I've been there. I've been there kind of recently too. Not multiple, but I've at least one a day just because of my dog. So
yeah,
it's good. I think it's good to get out. Nothing wrong with crying.
And then, all joking aside, do you know what will I can get myself to cry, or as the ability to make me cry more than anything? Music.
Oh, yeah. No, 100%.
Like 100%. Our feelings, like our certain sensations or certain like feels.
Yeah, like linked to music. You think of something,
or just the sound. No, just literally like I listen to a song and this like it's, I don't know, it's just like that, music.
No.
Music is like moves me more than like any other art or thing, and So.
No, yeah, definitely. I'm honestly the same way. That's why, like, there's times where it's like songs, I'll be working and songs will pop up while I'm like working, and I'll immediately pull my phone out and skip it because I'm like, I can't
handle it right now.
I can't do this right now, dude. I can't. Like, I'm cutting the lawn right now. Like, I'm about to start crying behind these sunglasses. And
he's just sweating from underneath his eyes.
Yeah, no, exactly. Well, nobody will notice anyways. I'm just out there mowing a lawn. So
I mean, it's a great time to cry, though.
Oh no, I do it all the time. Not to sound like, I hope it's not.
No, it is. Well, there's a religion around it.
What about crying?
Lacrimology?
That's crazy. I didn't know that.
It's. And I think it might be categorized as religion. I know, like, Maynard James Keenan from Soul, he's, like, studied it a bunch. But, like, the spiritual and emotional, like, benefits that you get from crying. Like, there's legitimate benefits.
Yeah,
like,
well, I can see that. I was going to say, like, I think my main thing with crying is that it's, like, the main thing that worries me about doing what you just did, where you're like, I'm not gonna lie, I cried earlier, is that it's like I don't want people to worry about me. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
but I didn't actually cry earlier.
Yeah.
but I know what you mean.
No, exactly.
The same way, like, I don't want people to worry about me either. That would be my main deterrent.
Yeah. Is that it's like, dude, it's like it's totally cool if you did, it's like, it's fine, but it's like, it's like you don't want to fucking tell somebody because you're afraid that, it's like people are going to be like, are you good, man? It's like, no, dude.
Yeah, it's like, I'm looking for that.
Get that out.
Yeah,
get that out.
No, last time, like, I cried, my daughter was born.
Mm-hmm.
Legit. The first time we went to see her and, like, actually saw, like, her, like, on the sonogram or whatever scan it was, the first time I saw it and heard her heartbeat, that made me cry.
Yeah.
It's like every time, like, I saw that, like, it made me cry.
Like, oh, man.
And I was just like, I guess maybe that was, like, actually whenever it became real.
Yeah.
You find out you're pregnant and stuff, and we'd actually gone through a miscarriage before.
Yeah, I knew about that. It's one of those things where it's like, I had heard about, but I wasn't ever going to say
anything. And I'm just, this is just to be open, just because it's incredibly common,
Yeah.
And it's like a thing.
No, it is. When I was growing up, not to cut you off, but when I was growing up, my friend, like, his dad had a tattoo, and I was always like, what is that tattoo for? And he was like, oh, there was, we should have had an older sister. And I was like, oh, shit, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, it really is a common thing.
Yeah. So. I mean, it's crazy. And I guess, in general, people don't think about it as though they lost, like, if they had an infant and then it died a month later, the reaction would obviously be way different. And it is different, because it didn't get that far. Yeah. But still, like, it's depending how far along, but still it is, like, as big a thing,
Oh, no,
and it's weird, because it's like...
No, it's huge.
But it's easy for me to talk about, but it's just kind of like... Yeah, it's incredibly common,
No, it really is.
And it's just kind of like, one of those things that, that was actually before we got married. So it's like, hey, we're gonna get, but that's not why I proposed to her. That's not why I proposed to her.
No. I was gonna say though, I feel like something like that though, like, would almost like at the end of it, like I know you were saying it's before you got married. I feel like at the end of that though, like that probably like drew y'all closer. I feel like.
Oh yeah, I mean it's either gonna do one or the other, right? But normally when it's obviously unless like I knew she was out partying or being careless and something I could blame that on, but there's nothing like that.
No, yeah.
So whenever it's clearly just that's the way things are, that's the hand you're dealt, but if there was carelessness or recklessness on the part of mom, then that could be like, okay, I can't trust you whenever I want to do this for real, but that wasn't the case at all.
No, but the other circumstance, that wasn't the circumstance.
No, yeah, not at all. But yeah.
Well, shit, yeah, man.
So that's fun, talking about dead babies.
Shit.
You want to start off on a high note, but
no, for sure.
Yeah, but I don't think you even said who you are. You got a Danzig shirt on, but
okay, so about the Danzig shirt. So what's funny is I didn't know if you'd be like recording or not, so I didn't really pay too much attention. But I did. I paid attention in the sense where it's like I didn't wear another shirt. There was a shirt I was gonna put on this this shirt that I love, but it's a flannel.
So you had a podcast shirt.
Well, no, it wasn't. It was just that it was like, oh, I like this shirt. I'm gonna put it on. And it came off that way. Is that it was a podcast? I'm like, I'm gonna look like I'm wearing something different. Well, then it wasn't that I went against it. It was because the reason I went against it is because it was this. It is gonna sound fucking dumb, but it was.
It already sounds pretty stupid.
No, I know. I know you're not. Though. It's fine. We're here to be real. So, it's this flannel shirt, and I know this is a stupid fucking reason, but it was like I decided against it because it's like I've been seeing this dickhead Travis Kelce all over the place, and he's wearing all this flannel shit,
dude.
And it's like I'm not
Taylor
trying
Swift.
Yeah, man, I don't want to be seen near anything
Greatest
flannel.
Marketing campaign the NFL has had.
Not that I'm saying like it's like I'm a tall white guy and I have a beard, and it's like I don't want to wear anything that looks like I'm trying to fucking. I want to be associated with that. I know fucking two Danzig songs for anybody. How many fucking Danzig songs?
Mother
do you
and
know? 13. I'm a Glenn Danzig fan. Yeah, not a Danzig fan.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of Glenn Danzig before he left the Misfits.
I guess cool. Misfits was Mother, right?
Yeah, no, Misfits was no. Mother was Danzig when he went to. That was his hit, and then his other one was 13.
Like Sabbath versus Sabi.
Number 13.
Okay.
So yeah, no, I'm Mike. I'm 32, and I'm here to party. No.
I'm Matthew. I'm 39. I'm also here to party.
No, that can't be.
Okay, no. We can't do movie references.
No, yeah, but I'm just a dude. I just like cut grass and I like to bullshit. Matt's funny. I get a lot of my humor, or the reason I'm probably funny is because of him and my older brother.
That's a lot of
one of the reasons.
For sure.
Also, too, it just comes naturally, but they helped me out. But no, yeah,
your older brother.
I don't have, oldest brother. I don't have much to really, not like a. I don't have necessarily much to say. I don't take myself too serious, but I just feel like, talking to people and like putting it out there, maybe you find like-minded people. Maybe I think that at the end of the day, just like knowing that, there's more people out there that are experiencing life kind of the same way as you. And, and knowing that, also too, like it's okay to just be a regular dude, a regular person, and just like talking to other regular dudes and regular people. And mainly, like, what we were talking about earlier was just that, like, at the end of the day, like, this is just cool because normally what we're doing is just sitting at our houses, not doing anything, playing a game, which is fun. And I have other buddies that, like, I love those. I absolutely love my boys, but, like, at the end of the day, it's, like, it's nice to just get out and have some social shit and move around. So.
Even it's kind of tough to, to make yourself, like, that's what I was like, it's like, and now I just had a kid, so it's... even easier for me to like never.
Yeah.
But now it's like, even legitimizing it'd be more difficult. But it's funny. But no, yeah. But
Yeah.
to say, I guess he's Mike. I'm Matthew. The elder statesman here. No, I'm a 39-year-old male who've we've known each other most of our lives.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean,
I was best friends with your older brother who's a year older. Actually, he's like 2 years older than me.
Yeah.
You just turned 40, right?
Yeah.
Because I just turned 39, so it's like a year and a half or something older. But over the years, hang out with, even he's got another brother, Caleb, that's older than him.
Which, I mean, other brothers will show up.
Yeah.
They'll be
so
here.
They'll
be here eventually.
Yeah. All family, but
yeah, no, I mean, just a couple of dudes that have grown up. It's kind of funny because we're both like opposite ends of the spectrum in the sense of like age and whatnot.
And height.
Height, yeah.
I mean,
exactly. Interest too. It's like I'm more of like, it's like I like, play sports or whatnot and all that shit. It's like, well, you did jujitsu and martial arts as well, but it's like you're also music and like I don't know, you're smarter than me, so
I mean, no, that's not a fair assessment. I would say I've been schooled. I've had more schooling, but not that. I mean, if that defines what being smarter is, I don't even know.
I think it does.
I guess textbook back. Okay, I went and I learned these things. There's a paper says I learned them,
and I want you to teach me those things.
Oh yeah.
And I don't want to pay for
them. Yeah, MBA. Yeah, I got my MBA, which honestly is a scam.
That's cool.
It's not a scam.
Okay, but tell the people. Okay, why is it a scam?
Okay,
this is perfect.
It's not a scam.
It's not a scam, but why?
I don't know. So like, I got my bachelor's in finance. I originally wanted to make movies. Like, so I went to school for RTVF.
I didn't even fucking know that.
Yeah, which was a program.
I didn't know that you went to school for that, which is funny.
The UNT, that radio, television, film department, and I wanted to like make movies. Like I wanted to do like.
I'm gonna skip back because I feel like I'm like.
I feel
like it's like a fucking doctor's exam.
No, dude, you can use as close as you want. No. Because playing music, that in high school is the number one thing, but then like I really love movies beyond the entertainment, the artistic aspect and just the way that you can impact people, through it in so many different ways, whether it's just, listening an emotion and just thinking, wow, I gotta, 10% of the people in that room to feel this emotion exactly that I was trying to, share, and just like the power.
Yeah, that's crazy. I've never even like fucking looked at it that way.
Yeah, no,
that's
yeah.
Wild.
Yeah, no, yeah. This is what I like about it. Just the thought of like, a form of art, that you can get a bunch of strangers in a room together, and theoretically your goal is to get them to share an idea or a thought, whether they agree with it or not, but like to actually, group of people walking to a theater with something sad crying, like you got all these people to feel that through what you made,
Yeah, that's true.
And it could have been done cheaply, it could have been done whatever, and that's what, the artistic and blah, blah, blah. But either way, that's what I wanted to do. But then I was like, after... I guess the first semester, I was like, man, the competitiveness of actually making it in this industry, because it's like you think, it's a small world. How many people get to actually make a good living doing it? Is like, comparatively, it's really not that many.
Yeah,
and a lot of people might be in the industry and be not, they're not millionaires and not, they have decent lives. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna do a business degree in finance, which is super versatile because every company has accounting and finance, and it's going to be something that I'll find a job that's higher paying, easier, and then down the road, if theoretically I'll be able to make enough money to like have a passion project, even if I don't have the skill set that I would have gotten to make it in college.
Yeah,
it's one of those things. Indie filmmaking, blah blah blah. I can still do my. I believe, myself capable enough to at least put out an effort of like, I wanted to do this, I'm going to do it. Yeah. I can do it better if I go this route, get my business degree, make money doing this, blah, blah, blah. But then you get in the whole grind of life, and then you start down a path, and it's just kind of, once that path, you get so far down it, and it's so far away from whatever your dream was, it's kind of like... Actually, the energy to even chase that dream becomes harder to attain. But
what you were saying, I don't mean to cut you off. But what you were saying right there was like is almost like it's like what I've heard. I've heard it said before, where it's like I think it was Alan Watts was talking about, the philosopher, where he was saying it's like at the end of the day, the main aim of like learning how to speak French would be to enjoy reading in French or enjoying French language with other people. And he was like, but it's like at the end of the day, when they make the main goal of it, like graduating or getting this master's and whatnot, it's like, excuse me, that's not necessarily, it's like the whole point of learning this and doing this is to be able to enjoy doing it and whatnot, rather than like seeking the end goal. And maybe I may have misunderstood some of what you said, but I took some of that out of it.
Yeah,
the fact that
you can that can be applied.
You almost lost like some of the love was lost in it because it was like not necessarily as much focused on the art of what you wanted to do.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it's just because. Yeah, you only have so much capacity and bandwidth, emotionally, mentally, in every way, to where, I'm doing a job, blah, blah, that's, it's going to take most of my focus. And then, okay, naturally, you want to advance, make more money. And so that's why it's not a scam, but okay, so after working somewhere 8 years, you want to get a promotion or whatever. It's like, okay, well then what credentials do you have? What have you done to prove that, you have the intelligence and discipline to do the next step? Even if you already do from just everything you've learned on that job, It's like, oh crap, I need to go out there and spend over $100,000 on a graduate degree to basically check a box that, okay, he's got his MBA, so he's qualified for this role, You do gain, it really does.
Yeah, it's like,
gain
I
a
see
lot
what you
from
mean.
it.
It's like it's a scam in the sense that it's like, it's more or less like, a lot of it's lost just because it's like at the end of the day, the main thing is, you're getting this because it's a box on an application to check in a sense, and that's why it's kind of scammy. Is that it's like you're not necessarily,
and it's really in the scamiest part. I'd just be like, is how much they charge for it, because because you are learning.
I think
you're learning a lot, and it's all stuff that is like
valuable.
It's very valuable
if you can apply it.
Yeah, and theoretically, I could start a business, and I have the tool set, in my mind of everything I would need to be able to run a business, from all the basic functions like, supply chain accounting, finance, human resources, distribution, warehousing, like, okay, I know all these elements are needed.
Yeah.
I have a general idea of, what kind of directors and everything to do all that. And all that, I learned there, but it's just how much they charge for it is just... It's just funny, and then it's just like a system that feeds into itself. Well, that's what you're saying
about like how much they charge for it is like this saying that comes to mind is which, by the way, if we do this more than once, I'm probably going to say a lot of sayings because that's like, I don't know. I just remember that type of shit. But and I'll probably start talking about something and forget. But there's a saying that comes to mind about like education, whereas it's like it's looked at as a necessity yet priced as a luxury. So that's kind of the main thing. That
sums up perfectly.
Exactly. Yeah, it's like you have to have this, but yet I'm going to price this as though it's like buying a fucking Cadillac. Like, that's a lot of like we were talking about earlier with insurance. It's like I've had people, why don't you have insurance? Why don't you have insurance? Insurance, like for me, it's like I having looked at it and gone down the road and like it was like $300 or some shit or $200 something a month, and I was like, and it covered some bullshit. Your deductible's fucking stupid, and people are like, why don't you have insurance? And it's like, look, man, it's like I don't. Are you afraid? Aren't you afraid something's gonna happen? Fuck it, I don't know.
Yeah,
I'll try and hopefully suck off the tit or something. I don't know, hopefully get some fucking if they're cool with me, they're cool with me. If not, I'm not. I don't know. Take me to jail.
The thing would be, if you were willing to do that, it would be legitimately self-insuring to where, okay, instead of paying $300 in insurance, I'm going to take that $300 and save it.
Put it away. Exactly.
I'm going to take that $300 and put it into a mutual fund or something else.
Yes.
Which, if you had that dispense, we're like, okay.
Also, it's like at the end of the day, not to cut you off, but it's like at the end of the day,
I'm gonna cut you off a lot because it's a bad habit.
At the end of the day, it's just like it's not today. The day and age you live in. The point being is that they look at shit. Certain shit we look at as necessity, yet they price the motherfucker like luxury, and it's just like that exactly. It's like insurance, a degree, shit like that. It's like, don't look at me sideways because I don't have insurance when health insurance is costing me what it cost me on top of car insurance, a phone bill, rent, food. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but also you're fortunate to have good health, like generally.
I don't take that. I don't take that for granted at all, and I count that blessing every day.
I'm right there with you. But since I have a job to where it's almost like, okay, they have paying $100 whatever bucks because the company, it's just part of, I guess, one of the benefits of employment, right? That's one of the, I guess, benefits. One of the reasons people get jobs at places is for insurance, or like they'll get a job just to get the insurance for the kid or something, you know? Like, I know Starbucks is like one of those few places to where you can get insurance only by being part-time employee. Almost everywhere you gotta be a full-time employee.
What's it called? UPS.
And UPS would be.
But the thing with UPS is that it's like you at least had to be there. When I worked there, it was like a year or 2 years. But they did have like the best insurance for a long time.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And they're outliers as far as, you know, being places that allow part-time employees to get insurance.
That's why if anybody watching has the time and you need insurance, go work part-time at UPS doing some bullshit.
Yeah, that and Starbucks
that'll pay your insurance for sure. That'll take care of that. Because like I said, I knew dudes at UPS that worked there pulling e-regs. This one old guy that worked there, I'd always joke with him, and then one day I asked him, I said, I don't know how we got onto the topic, but he was pretty much telling me, he's like, oh, this is just my side job or something, it's my fun money. I was like, what are you talking about? He's like, I got this job because it had insurance. He was like, it provides insurance for my wife, my kids.
Yeah.
And he was like, I work for the city, you know, or he said he worked somewhere else, and he was like, but, you know, he's like, this is what takes care of my insurance. And
yeah.
like this, you know,
plans are better.
He's like, this is my fun money. He's like, all the money I get from it, we can, you know, it's my luxury money. He was like, my other job pays my bills. This is my insurance, and this is fun money. Yeah,
and it's funny having a wife and now literally a kid that's 3 weeks old. I was like doing extra to make this, even though I have arguably, you know, I work from home. I'm blessed. I'm fortunate with my job. I'm happy, but even pulling X amount of money. So much debt. How much. Yeah, it's some of those things. It's all relative. Like you can make over $100,000 a year and still be dirt poor
because of what you're paying out.
Because
it's like what you're making.
My net income is like after and I haven't even started paying this back. My monthly payments on my graduate degree. Guess how much they're going to be? Just guess. It's.
Is it crazy or is it
I don't know. I guess we'll see. Just make a guess.
Oh shit! I don't know. I would say $1,500. You see, $1,500. God, dog.
$1,500 a month.
God. And that's for what?
It's my master's degree.
$1,500 a month. For how long?
Basically the foreseeable future.
Hey, y'all smash that like button. Hit the subscribe button.
Yeah. So you think about basically, rent for someplace is going towards debt.
Oh shit!
And that's just that. And then I got a mortgage.
Shit.
Right? And then I got other. So it's like you can make a lot of money, and it's
man.
No money.
I'm laughing because it's like we need to be cooking drugs right now and not doing a fucking podcast.
Whenever people hear me joking about my wife selling her breast milk, I'm joking, but I'm kind of not joking. In your defense, though, I mean, it does taste good. What I had earlier you gave me, it was good. Yeah, you just put a little chocolate syrup in there, and it's delicious. I gave it to my friends. They don't even know it. No, I didn't drink her breast milk. No. But he watched me. He filmed. We wanted.
So we're trying to see other avenues.
Revenue streams.
Revenue streams.
Exactly. That's what it's all about. Because honestly, at the end of the day, this is all about.
Shut down. This is
all about smashing that subscribe, follow, like, Patreon. Whatever. I'm gonna put my Bitcoin, my Ether, my Solana.
Is this on? Are we on what are we on right now? Is this on Twitch?
This is just recording.
Okay.
I'm not live streaming it.
Okay.
But next time I can.
There was something I was gonna bring up that I actually thought was kind of funny, or at least it would be easy to talk about, and I forgot, as I do.
That's okay.
It probably wasn't that important.
Yeah.
We'll come back.
I was saying, another good easy money thing, because I was doing Uber Eats, some just to stack.
There's a lot of people I know that have done.
I was doing that just because I was like, dang, I don't like having a baby. I'm like, I don't know, I'm gonna pay for everything. Dude, I'm not even joking. I'm like, I don't know.
I know.
I'm gonna pay for all my bills every month. I don't know. So I was like, I have to. And even if I was like, if I just make $20 a day, 30 days, that'd be $600 a month, And at the end of the day, like that, you can make $20 in an hour and a half or two. You know what I mean? I'm just saying,
true.
like,
No,
and
true.
especially being like man provider, it's like I
That's
couldn't
true.
not do something. If I'm gonna sit there and be like, it's gonna be tight, blah blah blah, and I gotta provide for my family. Even if this is, I'm not above doing anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not better than doing Uber to make extra money.
No, that's
to,
true.
Like,
No, I'm not above it either. Speaking of which, let's go ahead. Send us to live. I'm stripping right now for money.
Exactly.
For the child.
Dude,
Matthew's got to pay his rent. I'm getting naked.
I'm telling
for
you.
Matt's rent. Y'all drop a $5 holla in the motherfucking chat.
Yeah, man. So I'm telling you, it's just like, because I'm sitting there, you can have self-righteous thoughts thinking like, I've got a good job.
Right. I don't mean to be.
I shouldn't be freaking doing this, but it's like I'm not better than that. Like,
you can't ever be above anything. It's like at the end of the day, it's like
if I go to sleep and I didn't do my best to provide for my family, like I'm not.
Yeah.
In my heart, believe I'm doing what I should be doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. You're not above doing anything at all. It's like
to be able to provide.
Jesus was a carpenter.
Yeah.
Paul was a tent maker. Peter was a fisherman.
Yeah.
So it's like
exactly.
It's like there's nothing. You're not above any, and that's like everybody in today's day and age gets fucking lost in the stupid shit of comparison or whatever.
Dude,
I
know.
Or thinking that somebody else has it better.
Keeping up with the Joneses mentality.
No, it's not only just the keeping up. Well, they keep up with the Joneses because it's like you think somebody's life is better, and it's not.
Right, and it's because of what they've presented on social media as
And two, it's like it's also like just understanding that like if you think about like if you didn't have, if there's something you had today that you were that you lose tomorrow, like how much you would want that thing you lost is crazy. So say you lost tomorrow, you woke up and you lost your ability to see out of one eye.
Okay.
You lost the function of a foot. You lost a brother, a sister.
Something you take for granted, basically.
Exactly. Yeah, it's something that you don't even necessarily recognize, and you're going on about.
Oh yeah,
and it's
it's the whole you need.
It's
really
like
appreciating what you have.
Exactly.
Actually appreciating it.
Exactly, because a lot of times you just you go on, you wake up and you're like, oh man, I need to do this, I got to do that, I got to do this, rather than just waking up and just being like, I'm gonna do the best I can to get all that done, do what I can, but at the end of the day, enjoy what I already have right now and where I'm at.
Yeah, no. And because and it's one of those things, and people say it, it's like, live in the moment, blah, blah, and they'll say it, but they don't actually do it.
And how do you
actually do it?
Yes.
And in one way, I like to run, I run religiously, like, every day.
No, it's
like
cool.
at least 5 months, like, that's like my a drug, so I run, but like, when I run outside, I just sit there, and like, it's a nice day, and I'll be like, I'm literally living in a relative paradise.
Yeah.
Like, I have a home, electricity, internet, like there's beautiful trees. Like, I could think of so many places and situations around the world where like this is like a heaven compared to what people have. And to go back and like try and think of complaining about anything, it's like I have every reason to be happy. And so like, and it's actually just really appreciating the things you have, and and I mean I feel like I'm pretty good at that. Trying and help my wife and other people.
And everybody has bad days where you kind of lose sight of shit. But it's like at the end of the day, it's like you start getting mad about something, or you start thinking, man, I wish I was here, I wish I was there. And it's like, dude, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'll share a little bit of something. Is that it's like after I lost my aunt. It was like so much shit changed for me. It was like because I was working. Where
were you working at the time?
I had my lawn care business.
Okay.
And I was like still fairly new. Like I was the first 2 years into my business.
Yeah.
And I was really like, I'm not to say I'm not still optimistic and I'm not still like in a good place about it, but I was in a better place at that time.
This all pre-COVID, right?
Yeah, exactly. I had
just to give a timeline for things.
Yes, and I had a girlfriend that was like, that relationship was new at the time and everything was cool. And so in my mind, I had like all of this like how I saw my life going and how I saw things panning out and like what I was prioritizing and what I saw as important.
Right.
And then like all of a sudden, it's like I went to work on like a Tuesday in June and then went and mowed some yards, and then like all of a sudden I kind of like I was supposed to sell my motorcycle that day. I had a guy coming to look at it.
Yeah.
And I go in the house and I'm doing everything, and all of a sudden there's thoughts to myself, and I was like, I haven't seen Debbie like since I've come home.
Right.
And so it was like, holy shit.
Because you're living with your like in the same house as you're in
We're
right
living
now.
in the same house, and so I realized I'm like, I haven't seen Debbie since I've like come in the house, and so it was like, shit.
Yeah.
And I was in the garage when I had that thought, and when I realized like that I haven't seen her, like I didn't even.
Did you know in that moment?
I stood there for a second. I already knew. It's like I just like knew. Like it was like I just like it was kind of one of those things where you just like freeze. It's like an aha moment.
Before you even walked in the room,
I didn't even have to move. I didn't have to turn around making my step back there. It was like I started walking back there. My only hope was, or the only thought in my mind was hoping that I was wrong.
Yeah.
And as I was walking like back there, it was like I got closer to her room, and I like started to call out her name, say, hey, Debbie, and I was like saying that out.
Yeah.
And then we get right up there, or I get right up to the door, and it's like keep calling, because I would never just walk in her room.
Yeah, yeah.
Once I never heard her respond, like I opened the door and then saw he'd realized she had passed away.
Yeah.
And so it's like my point being with bringing that like traumatic story or oversharing up. Is that it's like after that...
It's not oversharing, but...
It's like after that, like everything in my perspective on like what I appreciated and where every day when I wake up, where my mind's at is totally different than where it was before. It's like I used to wake up like maybe I was in a more motivated place or whatever you want to call it, but now I'm in a place where it's like I just want to appreciate what I have and like where I'm at, because I'm going to wake up one day and wish that I could go back to that bullshit day when I was 32 and like both of my parents are alive. Because eventually they're going to be gone.
Yeah.
And it's like you're going to wish you could go back to those times where it's like you had those people. And so instead of like wishing you could go back there, it's like appreciating
what you have now.
Right now. And it's like that's what, just to kind of come back around full circle to what you were saying, that's how I can like kind of apply it, is to like, how do I appreciate it now? It's
by
like,
earth-shattering emotional trauma.
Yes, and it sucks. No, and you're absolutely right. But it's like, after saying all of that, at the end of the day, it's like having my aunt go, and in that way, I feel close. She's right here with me. I don't feel far from her at all.
Yeah.
I don't. It's like the further that's gone on, I feel closer to her, or just as close to her as I've ever felt.
Yeah.
And it's like, and I've realized there's a whole cool thing that's come with that. And it's like at one time I couldn't even say her name without just like breaking down.
Yeah. I can imagine. Yeah.
Yeah, but it was like whole point with that was just kind of saying about how can people just say appreciate what you have and this and that, but it's like that's what it looks like,
and it can be difficult to do, and like, but for you, like you're saying, that is like it was like a roundhouse kick that like got you to look the other way,
And that's why I just like I'll take my dog and just sit out front for an hour longer than I should in the morning. I'll sit out there for an hour longer than I should, or I'll like.
Or I might not shower for 3 weeks. Yeah, dude.
Exactly.
I might not.
I want to just like.
So where's the cutoff between that and maybe being lazy and maybe not staying as motivated as you should be?
No, exactly.
Like, do you feel like you're not as motivated as you should be?
No. I feel like I went through a period of time where I wasn't, and there was a period of time where, yes, my motivation for certain things and for like certain reasons, I feel like my reasons were fucked up.
Okay.
And it's like, I feel like really all it's done is that, yes, my motivation in some sense has like, it took a hit, but like it's not to say it won't come back up, and it hasn't come back up. But it's like, I recognize that it's like, I'm not going to sit here and be like, no, I was fine. Like I was able, it's like, no, I didn't want to do shit for a long time. And like
but again, that was just like you still just the grieving. I guess.
Exactly.
Like,
and it's like, and
it can be months or years.
Oh, dude, it was
can be like some people never get out of it, and they're paralyzed by it the rest of their life.
No,
and it screws them.
No, 100%. But no, that's a good question, and it's like, no, I mean, it's like I definitely, now the way I look at shit now. I've gotten my motivation back from where I was, because the reason I have done it is because of realizing that it's like I want to do more, and like mainly because I know those people who I've lost, or the people that have been in my life, not only that I've lost, but the people that are still here now. I have a lot of people that believe in me. Yeah. And I have a lot of people that want better for me. Yeah. And I have a lot of people that want to see me do good. And so that motivates me. And so it's like I used to be motivated. It was fucked up because I'd get in a spot where it's like you end up getting motivated by people's like doubt in you.
Oh, to prove them wrong?
Exactly.
Like the whole, like...
Exactly. Rather than, like, motivating yourself through your... and this is a realization I had the other day. It's like, rather than motivating yourself through the people that believe in you, like you, when you took me out years ago to lunch or dinner with... me, you, and Waylon went out, and y'all, like, pretty much, like, talked to me about life and stuff, and we're saying that y'all would be willing to help me, like, with college and things like that. Like, you know, it's like understanding it's like, yo, I have so many people in my life that believe in me, that see something good in me, that, like, you know, that see that I can be something or go somewhere or just be more than I am. Not even be something.
And you trust us, right?
Exactly. And, but it's so, but that's what's funny is that it's like, in those times, that to me wasn't as big as the 1 to 2 people that were like, nah, you're not shit.
The haters.
Exactly. And so it's like, and that's when I realized for a lot of my life, and I only realized this somewhat recently, that it's like, so much of my life I've responded to negativity. And so many other people do that too. Yeah. And when you get in that spot of just responding to negativity or using negativity as your motivation, as your fuel to be able to keep you, you know, thriving for more, keep you, like, pushing for more, when you're only using that negativity, once you finally get in a spot where it's like you find what you're looking for, you find a person that loves you, or you find a person that's there for you, you don't know what the fuck to do.
About to say, like, you've been driven by, you know, the dark side, basically.
Exactly. And so you get to that point. You get to that point where it's like, this person loves you, this person wants the best for you, this person's there for you.
You're like, that's great, but that's not going to push me to do what I need to do whenever it should be able to.
Exactly. But what was always able to push you up until that point was negativity. And so that's where I've, like, and the way I see myself is, like, I've never, for a long time, like, my girl broke up with me years ago and was like, said all that shit. It was like, even thought, like, you're not motivated. This is like, bitch, my fucking hand died. Like, hey, give me a fucking break, bitch. Like, which it's like, you're not wrong, but it's like, shit, like, at the end of the day, it's like, motherfuckers bounce back. You can, it's like, shit takes time, and it's like, the way, I think at the end of the day, you just have to you have to realize that. It's like, you look at butterflies and shit. Look at, how do they start? Like, how long does it take them to become a butterfly? Exactly.
Still, like, the sun, we don't know what's going on when that happens.
Exactly.
It's great. They
don't know.
It's like, it's it, you know, crystallizes or whatever, and then it comes out into a completely different creature. You know, it's nuts. So, you know, that's
exactly.
The resilience of humanity, that's one of the key defining, you know, features is the ability to bounce back, or, you know, the ability to achieve and, you know, dream and everything. But
yeah, I mean, like the ability to bounce back, and just knowing that it's like, you know, that there's people that, like, know you can fucking bounce back.
Yeah,
I think that's big too. It's like, even if you think if there's, like, one person out there. That's like, there was a baseball player that used to, I can't remember, it was Dave Parker or somebody, I know somebody out there is going to watch this, maybe be like, well, this is who it was. But he would go up there before he would hit, and he'd talk about how he's like, I believe in dinosaurs. He'd say that, and they'd be like, why do you do that? And he was like, because I know.
Because I've seen Jurassic Park, fool.
He was saying something more or less along the lines that it's like, pretty much that it's like, if I'm sitting here saying that, then maybe there's a dinosaur that believes in me.
There's like, a dinosaur up there watching me.
Somebody believes in me, pretty much. Is that it's like, if I can believe this, then somebody can believe in me. Yeah. So it's like, then I can, you know, believe in myself. At the end of the day, it's just like...
If that fueled a professional athlete's career, then I'll be damned. Hey, man, that's pretty awesome.
That's what I'm saying, man. Sometimes it just comes down to some stupid basic shit. But
I'm a brain surgeon. It's like, well, what drove you that? It's because I believe in dinosaurs.
Oh, man. Oh, my God.
It's like, I'm a Navy SEAL. It's like, dude, how'd you
Oh, my gosh. So, man.
But that's, you know, so that's life and fun and everything that goes along with it.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it's a good time for a pause, maybe.
Yeah, we can pause it right now. Yeah.